Shia LaBeouf, who is now finally apologizing for all the horrible things he said to police officers. And we've gotten more videos now of Shia in custody and just losing his temper, just losing it completely with police. The latest one is after they finally got him into a holding cell. Remember, he's already said all kinds of racist things to
This
cops.
is when he was arrested in Savannah last weekend
Yeah.
for public drunkenness and taken to the station and ranting.
Watch what happened once they put him in a holding cell because he was still out of control. Yeah, that banging sound is Shia on a phone that's in the cell there, so you can make a call. He was damn near destroyed the phone, from what we're told. The phone did survive, but he was banging on it so hard. Look how many deputies had to come out and address this. He's screaming, "This phone doesn't work. I need a phone. Let me out of here." It was just, and ended up, by the way, there were more deputies came out. I think at one point there were like 6 or 7 deputies standing around the cell having to deal with this guy.
And so, you know, look, he had also been on several racist rants where he was talking about black officers. I will play a little bit of this to you. Notice there's a black officer on the left, a white officer on the right, and listen to this.
Hey, you going to hell straight to hell, bro. That's not very nice to say. No, it ain't, but it's real. You respect me, Devin. That's sad. Why was it Devin? Because he's a black man. That don't mean he's going to hell. It means a whole lot, bro.
So, we should say, now here's the overlay to this. He is in Savannah shooting a movie. Yeah. And they are halfway through this movie in Savannah. And we have some production sources and talked to them, and they saw a completely different Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, so we're told that actually he's been great. Like, there was actually no sign of anything happening. After the arrest had happened, he got back to set. There was no talk of it other than, you know, it wasn't really a big deal. He's been nothing but an amazing actor. He has had no issues with alcohol, so they were shocked by this whole entire thing.
Yeah, they saw it on TMZ.
Yeah, they did. They saw it on TMZ.
On the weekend.
But we say all of that points to how he was at work, which is great.
We have video evidence of how he conducts himself away from work.
Well, but they say that this was they say essentially, Anthony, if I'm right, this was a one-off during the whole shoot.
Yes, that is a one-off, and he has come out and saying that he is, you know, apologized for it, and he also is going to be seeking some treatment, some sort of working on his addiction issues.
Not only that, but he says that's not what he meant. Like, he says that he wasn't trying to condemn the guy for being black. He was trying to make a whole different point, and he wasn't able to do that because obviously he was trashed out of his mind.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I mean, Mel Gibson was also trashed out of his mind,
and he said horrible things.
And he said horrible things.
Can I tell you what Shia said that he meant to say? I'll tell you. I'll read it off right now. He says, "I was speaking." Shia sent a text message to Charlamagne the God, and he said, "I was speaking on being black and being a cop. I wasn't saying he was going hell for being black. To be black in America and be on the police force is a decision that comes with baggage, but I blanked it up anyhow, and I own it." He feels like that's what he was trying to convey to the police officer.
Even if he were stone cold sober and he tried to make that point, there are plenty of black men in America and women who are police officers, and I don't get the issue. Like, you can't.
Why do you go to hell?
I'm not saying that.
No, I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying, you know, I get what he was trying to say. I don't know. It's better than what he actually said. Still not good.
This is Barb from Lola, Indiana. Hi, Harvey and Charles. I just want to comment on Shia. You see this way too much. These young actors, they don't grow up with structure in their life. They don't, you know, they don't have mom and dad telling them, now go to school, now go to bed, now do this. And then that's why they do really well. They crave structure and they do really well on the set, but left to their own devices, they don't know what to do.
That's an interesting point. That
actually is an interesting point, Barb.
That is a good point. Really well put,
although
actually.
Shia had a very close relationship with his mother.
No, but it's a good point about structure and that you're not bad. Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.